Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my spring picks from my collection. All of these are products I already own, and I'm doing this video to inspire you to look within the collection you already have to create looks. Sometimes it's easier to have an actual theme when you're shopping your stash, so that's why today's video is centered around spring picks. So if you're interested, then you came to the right place. The first product I want to mention is the E.L.F. Luminous Putty Primer, and I mention this product because when I think spring, I think light and I think luminous. And this primer gives you the most perfect luminous base without being too luminous. Of course, you want to wear this underneath foundation, but of course, if you want to wear it on top of foundation, I would recommend only using this in the high points of the face. But if you're wearing this under foundation, you can put it all over and it's not, too shiny or anything like that, not too glittery. And it has a yellowish undertone, so if you have a yellow or a golden undertone, this will work very well for your skin. Also, I have dry skin and I find that this worked perfectly on my skin without clinging to dry patches or being too thick. Of course, you don't want to use too much of the product because then it will become too thick. Like I said earlier, when I think of spring, I think light. And for the complexion, my spring pick is the Thrive Cosmetics Buildable Blur CC Cream. This is the perfect spring pick because you can have light coverage or you can build it up to full coverage, but your skin will always be breathing through it and it is beautiful on the skin, and it just looks very skin-like on the skin, and I love this. This is a perfect everyday product for any season, but particularly for the hotter seasons. A concealer combination that I think is perfect for the spring is the E.L.F. Camo Concealer and the E.L.F. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I use these underneath the eyes, and like I said, I do have dry skin, but underneath the eyes I do want a lot of coverage, so I do tend to like matte coverage concealers, but the Satin Hydrating Concealer I will use as a highlighter, and the combination is just hydrating enough to give me the coverage I need without drying out my under eyes. Another concealer spring pick I have is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. Now this isn't going to give you the same amount of coverage as the E.L.F. Camo Concealers, but it still will give you that beautiful coverage on the skin while still remaining light on the skin. The Colourpop Cream Blush Sticks is one of my favorite picks for spring. I have the shade Invite Only, and it's just a beautiful, just shimmery blush here. Of course, you don't have to have an intense shade like I do here. I just prefer an intense shade, but you can see it blends out to a less intense shade, which I really love. So you can blend it up to be a more intense shade, or you can blend it down to be just kind of a pinched look, and I love it for that. And it has just enough shimmer to give you life to the skin, but not enough to make it look like you have glitter all over your cheeks, which I love. When it comes to spring, I think pinks and I think oranges, so the perfect palette is the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm sure a lot of you have this in your collection. This just has all of the spring warm colors that just remind me of spring, and I am wearing it on the eyes today, along with the next product that I think is a perfect spring pick, which is the AOA Studio Buttercream Gel Liner / Cream Eyeshadow, and I actually predominantly use this as a cream eyeshadow. I have the shade Rosé, and I'm wearing it on the eyes today on top of the Modern Renaissance palette. And this cream eyeshadow is only $1. Last but not least, springtime is the perfect time to break out your perfect nudes, and I've finally found my perfect brown pinkish nude, and it is the color Crazy for Coffee from Maybelline. If you are my shade or even just a little bit darker, the shade will work perfect for you. So that wraps up my spring picks. I would love to know what your spring picks are. Please leave them down in the comments below. And I hope you are staying safe during these times, and thanks again for watching this video. Bye.